It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Little Caesars Arena. Tonight, the Detroit Pistons getting set to match up with the New York Knicks. The opening tip to the Pistons, and we're underway at Little Caesars Arena. Jackson to Griffin. Can't connect from in close. Smith with it up top. He'll run the offense. To Julius Randle. Kevin Knox. Jay, the Knicks searched long and hard for their next head coach. They chose David Fizdale. Why was this the right choice?
Well, first off, he's a two-time NBA champion as assistant coach with D. Wade and LeBron James from Miami Heat. And I got some time to spend with him down in Miami at D. Wade's fantasy camp. He is hard and very stern, but it comes from a brotherly place. His ability to build the right culture in New York will be imperative, but it all starts with that kind of teaching.
Here comes the screen. Dennis Smith Jr. missed his first. That one goes.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Dennis Smith Jr. sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Hey, chest up, let's go.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Kevin Knox to Dennis Smith Jr. Won't go. Jackson with it. Down 2. To Griffin. Scores from the post. Simply put, can you build a franchise around Blake Griffin right now?
No, not right now. I think he's starting to get to the latter part of his career. I think he could be a key cog in a championship team, but just not the main guy.
To Julius Randle. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Jackson with it. Looking to make something happen. To Drummond. That's no good.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
The follow won't go either. Another follow, still no good. Jackson. Almost. Unlucky bounce. Smith. Here comes the screen. To Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Reggie Jackson, guarded by Taj Gibson. And he throws it down. Andre Drummond with the slam.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Taj Gibson to Kevin Knox. And scores. Strong take.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Jackson with it. They trail by 2. To Luke Kennard. To Jackson. 5 seconds to shoot. Has a chance. Reggie Jackson, not that time.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
Down to Randle. Not that time. Jackson with it. Down just a couple. Reggie Jackson. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Smith to Taj Gibson. Finish that. Pistons ball here. Nothing going here on that drive. Jackson to Griffin. Here comes the screen. Reggie Jackson, not that time. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Jay, last few drafts, the Knicks have gone younger. What do you like about Kevin Knox and his raw potential?
His upside. He just turned 19 on August 11th of this past summer, and what he did in Summer League blew my mind. Was first-team All-NBA Summer League, averaged 24 points, shooting 47% from the field. This kid has every chance to be a star.
And scores. Nice footwork to get around the defender.
It's not a travel, Ed. You're allowed 2 steps after you pick up the ball. Now, these steps may be more east and west instead of north and south, but this is the new game that these young kids are playing.
Jay, they're so athletic. I would imagine it varies from official to official.
Or it varies from great player to great player.
Jackson with it. The score 10-8. To Drummond. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Kevin Knox. Down low for Gibson. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Jackson to Luke Kennard. The big fella, Andre Drummond. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Entering the game for the Knicks, number 13, Marcus Morris.
Smith to Kevin Knox. From the painted area, won't go down. Jackson with it. It's 12-10.
Hey, double screen.
To Rose. Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. Jackson. His first effort off the mark. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Taj Gibson, 3 for 6 now.
Old school equals high percentage.
Jackson with it. It's 14-12. To Rose. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Ellington against the former MVP. Has a look. The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Smith to Marcus Morris. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. From long range, he engulfed him that time. To Reggie Jackson. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Gets to the basket and scores.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Screen coming. Has a chance. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes 2 of us.
Dennis Smith Jr. with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Rebound taken by the Knicks. Smith now into the front court. Down 4. Here comes the screen. Smith down low for Gibson. Taj Gibson above the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Section 121 and place your bid. Don't miss your chance at some excellent memorabilia.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. To Rose. Here's a chance from long range. Rare 3 for Rose. Defense was ready. Smith to Marcus Morris. Elfrid Payton picked up by Derrick Rose. Screen coming.
Three.
For 3. That's a forced shot from Elfrid Payton. Off the mark. Detroit with 4 to shoot. To Rose. Lets it fly from long range. Offensive board. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
First free throw is good.
Number 6.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Smith into the front court. Counting down towards a minute to play here in a very tight opening quarter. Short jumper misses.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Zaza Pachulia at the line for 2 shots, shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. And hits the first free throw. Two for 2 on that trip. Into the front court comes Smith. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. Here comes the screen. Hayden to Dennis Smith Jr. Not that time. Here comes the screen. Deep 3 at the buzzer. First quarter's complete. The Pistons have the lead. One quarter down. Neither side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
Rebound taken down by the Pistons. Screen coming. Kennard. Beyond the arc for 3. Luke Kennard bothered just enough on that one. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First try, no good. Missed the second one as well. To Luke Kennard. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Hayden into the front court. Minute gone by in this second quarter. Ellington defended by Derrick Rose. Won't go.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Into the game for New York, number 67, Taj Gibson.
Hayden on the drive, but it won't go. To Rose. He was hacked. They let it go. New York Knicks basketball. Hayden to Gibson. Surveys the floor. Shot from in close, no good. to Rose. Drummond. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. Payton with the basketball. Right now, down 7. Andre Drummond sends it away. Out of bounds, last touch by the Pistons. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Subbing in for the Pistons, number 6.
Randall. Dennis Smith Jr. He's 3 for 7.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Rose into the front court. Leads 5. Here comes the screen. Rose. To Griffin. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Knicks with the basketball to Payton.
Screen coming your way. Screen coming your way.
Down low for Gibson. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Derrick Rose at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 82%. One free throw, count it. It's a three-point play, and the lead up to 8. Let's see what the Knicks can do here. Smith to the basket, but it stays out.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
To Rose. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
On your right. On your right.
Screen coming. Smith to Julius Randle. Dennis Smith Jr. gets a look. Can't hit. Griffin to Rose. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5. Possession lies with New York. To Payton. Ah, the monster stuff.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Rose into the front court. His team leads it by 10. To Griffin. Trying to cash in. Griffin's shot won't go.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win the defensive battle.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
The shot by Payton won't fall.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Has a look. Deep 2 there, won't go. To Griffin. And the rebound comes down to Gibson. Kevin Knox to Dennis Smith Jr. Short jumper won't fall. To Rose. Griffin driving, but his shot won't go down.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
First try at the line, no good.
For the Knicks, number 2, Wayne Ellington. Subbing in for the Pistons, number 5, Luke Knox.
Knocks down the second after missing the first. Smith with the basketball. His guys currently down by 13. Gibson to Dennis Smith Jr. Knicks with 4 to shoot. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go. Screen coming. To Griffin. Deep right corner. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. New York in control of the basketball. Smith to Kevin Knox. Had a chance, but it's no good. To Griffin. Trying to cash in. Shot no good there for Griffin. Smith with it up top. His guys trail by 13. To Kevin Knox. To Taj Gibson. Can't connect from in close.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Down low for Griffin. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Kevin Knox. New York with 4 to shoot. Kevin Knox. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim, short.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Shot from the lane won't go. The jumper's off the mark. To Luke Kennard. To Griffin. And the rebound taken down by Randall. Smith now into the front court. Trailing by 15.
Right.
To Gibson. Taj Gibson above the rim. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
Whistle stops play, and we'll get a timeout here for Detroit as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
Thank you for your cooperation.
mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Jackson to Griffin. Runner here won't go down.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Driving right to the basket. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Griffin. The shot almost. The possession lies with New York.
1 minute remaining in the second quarter.
Hayden to Taj Gibson. Second effort. Jackson with it. The advantage is 13 points. To Drummond. Rebounds pulled down by New York. Hayden into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. To Kevin Knox. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Contested shot. Marcus Morris can't hit. It was right there. Deep three at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half. The Pistons with a nice advantage.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Pistons didn't hold back in that opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Detroit Pistons. The Knicks have yet to appear after one half of basketball. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. Have a look at the leading scorers for the New York Knicks.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Detroit Pistons dominating the offensive boards. Their physical play has been a key to their success in today's contest.
Player of the half.
Blake Griffin has already put together a pretty nice highlight reel for himself, and that's just after one half of basketball. He did a lot of scoring, and it probably won't stop anytime soon.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first. The Pistons absolutely dominated the competition in the first half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Detroit Pistons. The Knicks have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they've got some fight in them, We'll know right away in the third quarter. These are the guys getting buckets for the New York Knicks.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Detroit Pistons are making the most of their second chance opportunities in today's contest. Their constant hustle has really paid off for them.
Player of the half.
Blake Griffin was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half, and I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Pistons were the dominant team in that first half, without question. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Detroit Pistons. The Knicks did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Hayden with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. To Kevin Knox. They go down low to Randall. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
It's Detroit's ball.
I got ball. I got ball.
Jackson down to Griffin. Probing the defense. Doesn't get the bounce.
They've been getting open looks, makeable shots that just can't find their way in, but it makes these next few offensive possessions down the stretch even more important.
Short jumper stays out.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Andre Drummond trying to cash in on the three-point play, shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. Unable to connect on the free throw. Hayden into the front court. He'll run the offense. Andre Drummond rejects it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Jackson to Griffin. Free throws coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Blake Griffin, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 68%. Oops, he missed the first one. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Hayden with the basketball. The deficit now up to 12. Kevin Knox to Peyton. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Julius Randle has got 2 shots coming. 71% for his career. First one, counted. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. The possession in favor of Detroit. Here comes the screen. Jackson to Drummond and throws it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Hayden into the front court. His guys currently down by 13. To Kevin Knox. Knicks with 4 to shoot. Has a look. Knocks it down off the step back.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
Jackson with it. The lead is 11. To Griffin. Nothing going here on that drive. To the basket goes Jackson, but his shot won't fall. Over to the right side. The Knicks clear the board. Hayden with the basketball. His guys down 11.
Screen coming left, screen coming.
To Julius Randle. Won't go down. Jackson to Griffin. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. Hayden into the front court. Trailing by 11.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Hayden with the basketball. His guys trail by 13. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Pistons have it. Jackson to Luke Kennard. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Reggie Jackson at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. Missed it at the line. To Peyton. Taj Gibson to Kevin Knox. Hayden to Dennis Smith Jr. Fires the three. Misfires. It's no good. Jackson with it. His team on top by 13. Now ready to shoot at the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Team foul number 4, New York.
Reggie Jackson at the line for 2 shots. He's struggled so far. Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Good shot, buddy. Good shot, buddy.
Smith into the front court. Down by 15. To Kevin Knox.
That's great. Oh, you guarding me? Please give me the ball. Please give me the ball.
Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Backcourt. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Subbing in for the New York Knicks, number 23.
Hayden. To Dennis Smith Jr. Hayden to Gibson. Can't connect. Jackson with it. The lead is 15. To Luke Kennard. Missed a wide open look. Into the front court comes Smith. Looking to make something happen. To Payton. Nothing going here on that drive. And the basket good at the rim.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Can't connect from in close.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
From the painted area, won't go down.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chip.
Smith with the basketball. Trailing by 15. Has a look. The shot missed by Smith. Jackson to Griffin. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Kevin Knox. Easy path to the rim.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Jackson to Luke Kennard. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Smith with it up top. Down a bundle. Curling inside. Markieff Morris. Huge block. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
To Griffin. Lays it up and in. Coach of the Knicks signals for a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter.
Here's an announcement for the parents in the crowd. Have you considered enrolling your son or daughter in one of our summer basketball camps? Space is limited, so you must act soon. Visit our team website for more details.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Smith to Marcus Morris.
Number 30, Julius Randle.
From the outside, no good. Jackson with it. His guys holding the big lead. Nothing going here on that drive. Runner's good there.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Smith to Julius Randle. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Pistons ball here. Jackson to Luke Kennard. Not that time.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Jackson with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Luke Kennard. Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. Julius Randle with a piece. New blood coming in for both sides.
Into the game for New York, number 6,
Elfrid Payton guarded by Derrick Rose. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Elfrid Payton, couple of free throws on the way. Numbers not in his favor, 61% for his career. And he connects on the first free throw. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2.
remaining in the third quarter.
To Griffin. Nothing going here on that drive. Good look that time, but off the mark. Smith now into the front court. His guys down big. Nothing going here on that drive. To Julius Randle. With a drop step. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Griffin. Detroit with 4 to shoot. With a drop step from long range. Langston Galloway is going to get 3 shots here. For his career, 78% at the line. Misses the first. Knocks down the second free throw.
Number 67, Taj Gibson.
Off the mark. Only makes 1 of 3. Smith into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. To Taj Gibson. Payton to Dennis Smith Jr. Here's a chance from long range. The rebound's taken by Detroit. Down low for Griffin. Nice pass to set things up.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Into the front court comes Smith. They can get a 2-for-1 if they hurry. Short jumper stays out. Right now, the Pistons have the basketball.
Here we go. I got him.
Griffin. Short jumper won't fall. For three, that's a forced shot from Elfrid Payton. Off the mark. They'll let one fly from half court. That ends the third quarter with the Pistons way out in front. Pistons basketball here to start the fourth quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good.
Blake Griffin cleans it up.
That might have been a dunk. Wait for it, in the old days.
Whoa, in your day?
Wow. Really?
Ellington against the former MVP. To Dennis Smith Jr. Off the mark.
Oh, I've been waiting for this matchup.
Shot from in close, no good. New York Knicks basketball. Smith. Oh, I missed a short one there. Jackson with it. He'll run the offense.
Here we go. You're on Tyler now.
Down to Griffin. To Rose. It goes down.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Short jumper off the mark.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you on the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Rose on the drive, but it won't go down.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
To Gibson. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit.
That's me.
Rose. Down low for Griffin. And a nice finish at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up.
Here we go. I got him.
Jackson to Griffin. No good. To Taj Gibson. Dennis Smith Jr. against Markieff Morris. Trying to cash in. Smith shot, no good.
Give me stairs. He's coming. Give me stairs. Match up, baby.
Second effort. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Shot by Smith off the mark.
Here we go. My ball.
Rose down to Griffin. Got it.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Number 25, Derrick Rose.
To Gibson. To Marcus Morris. To Dennis Smith Jr. Lets it fly from long range, and the rebound taken down by Griffin.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Now a whistle, and we'll get a timeout for the Knicks as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Number 30, Julius Randle.
Smith to Julius Randle.
For the Detroit Pistons, number 6.
To Kevin Knox. New York with 4 to shoot. Kevin Knox powers it through.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
It's Detroit's ball. Jackson to Rose. Down low for Griffin. Deep right corner, beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Ellington, guarded by Derrick Rose. To Julius Randle. Smith. Nice finish at the rim.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Jackson to Griffin with a drop step. And the rebound snared by Gibson. Smith with the basketball. Down a bundle. Here comes the screen. Dennis Smith Jr. picked up by Derrick Rose. Nothing going here on that drive. Has a look. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Jackson with it. Looking to make something happen. Down to Griffin. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
Blake Griffin has got 2 shots coming. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line. Knicks with the basketball. Smith to Kevin Knox. And scores.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Jackson. Nice pass to get things going.
Ed, I'm telling you that every player in the league will make that shot. The defense has to be elevated.
Screen coming. Smith to Julius Randle. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Jackson with it. His guys holding the big lead. To Griffin. Can't connect from inside. Let's see what the Knicks can do here.
Right.
Smith to Taj Gibson. Able to convert inside.
Good shot.
Jackson to Griffin. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Smith. Here comes the screen. Ellington picked up by Derrick Rose. Curling inside. Taj Gibson above the rim.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Rose to Griffin. Derrick Rose, 4 out of 10.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Smith to Gibson. And the finish at the rim.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Jackson with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Drummond. Jackson. Griffin. Rebound hauled in by New York.
Hey, switch, I got him.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Shot from the lane won't go. Another follow, no good. Jackson. To Griffin. Fine to shoot. Working hard on the glass. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Smith with it up top. His guys down big. Smith on the drive, but his shot won't fall. Jackson to Griffin. Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. To Julius Randle. Kevin Knox. To Dennis Smith Jr. Wide open look, won't go.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
To Drummond. Stuffs it down with authority. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
To Dennis Smith Jr. The drive, right to the basket. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Now the Pistons going to use a timeout. High fives all around. This game is well in hand in the final minute. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Number 5, Luke Kennard.
Detroit with 4 to shoot.
Switch.
Runners good there.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Smith with a shot. It won't fall. The Pistons are the winners as they win this one in blowout fashion. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Pistons could not have been more dominant in this game. What really stood out for me is how many times they scored on second effort plays. It takes heart to keep up that kind of execution, and these guys were relentless. Check out the leading scores for the Detroit Pistons. The Knicks lost this game long before the final buzzer. Losses like this become main discussion topics in the media. So hopefully this team is ready to answer the tough questions. It's not going to be fun. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the New York Knicks.
Game track. Assists.
The Detroit Pistons play fantastic team basketball today. Ball movement is clearly what separated these two squads.
Player of the game.
Blake Griffin could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose.